All right, it's time for us to talk love and gift. So when you merge these two together, you could say it is L plus V, and it gives you Valentine's Day, because it's not only Doc who knows formulas. We too, we know. we know formulas.
Oh, you passed mathematics in school. That's great.
So Valentine's Day is love plus V equal Valentine's Day. So L plus V equal Valentine's Day. If you know, you know. Priya wants to bring his own formula.
And during the course of the show or subsequently.
Okay, it's all good. So we're all smiles right now because we have a guest in the studio, one whose business is about making mouth-watering dishes for people, and not just any type of mouth-watering dish. You know, if you're a pastry lover, she also does this specially so that you can treat yourself to it. Are you wondering why we had to bring in a chef today? I said today is about love and gift. And so those who want to make your significant other or your loved ones feel special on this day, go out of your way to ensure that they show them that love by purchasing for them very, very tasty dishes, tasty pastry, and other gifts to accompany them. But I hear that there's a particular gender who is ranking top in that side. I won't tell you the other gender that is doing catch-up or not even trying to do catch-up. But first of all, let's introduce to you our guest this morning. She is a very beautiful lady, and she's adorned in the red dress. So when you see her, you just know that, yeah, something is happening today. They did not call it Valentine's Day for nothing. So we have Oluwatosin Obafunke Olahidi, who is the founder, CEO of Deversatili. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Great.
Nice to see beautiful faces.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here too.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about Valentine's Day. You're adorned in a beautiful red top. So I am also wearing a red dress, but I don't know whether it's for Valentine or it's just something to wear. This day is 14th February.
Yes.
Ordinarily, it could just be a normal date and people go about their own business.
Yeah.
But for Saint Valentine's, who actually did a noble sacrifice to ensure that people who wanted to be together, a couple wanted to be together, could be, help them. And after that time, Valentine's Day, and so it has become a thing for lovers. It has become a thing for charity, because charity organizations on days like this also do things specially to make children in orphanages feel special. You are in the business of making good food, pastry for people. How does Valentine's Day help your business?
Okay, so first of all, thank you for having me. Valentine's Day, it's a day of love, and how best to show love by giving. There's no love without giving. And in my business, people want to gift their significant others, lovers, friends, I won't say fools, colleagues, you know, something to just put a smile on people's faces. So they come to us. They want desserts, they want food trays. Now it has even blown, you know, I won't say out of proportion, because it's good business for us, by the way. People want cakes, they want bouquets of flowers, they want balloons. And you said something earlier, the male gender is really trying.
So I didn't mention any gender. I said there's a particular gender. Why did you have to give us out?
Let's give them their flowers today.
Let you know that
So the male gender, you know, we have more male customers. Some they'll remember just a few others that, please, can you quickly, if I don't take this home, my wife is going to, you know, or my babe or something. So yes, it's for us, it's good for business. When people come and they just want to make somebody else happy, you want to put a smile on. Like I said, I should have brought cake. Everybody will have smiled. You know, like just having something to celebrate the season.
Is Valentine really about love, or is it about business people creating an atmosphere to make more money? Because just like Christmas, today you see a lot of people buying balloon, what they call it, canisters to celebrate. And even in Asia, where they don't even believe in Jesus, they do more of this preparation. Is it actually a kind of a business strategy for business people?
No, it didn't come as a business strategy initially. Yes, it came as somebody, as you said, St. Valentine wanting to connect lovers. He went above and beyond to make sure that people got married. I think it was difficult at that time. But, it has gone beyond just giving flowers. You might not like flowers. What can I give to you? Oh, she's a cake lover. Let me make something for her. You might love perfumes. Let me give something. So it didn't start as a business, but you have to. Opportunity meets preparedness. So you just.
Priya, what do you think?
Okay, so I want to know statistics when you make comparisons, because from Valentine, coming from December to Valentine, the gap is not that far.
Much.
And I'm sure that during December, Christmas and the New Year celebration, you also get most offers to cook for families and all of that. So if you were to make calculations and specifically the kinds of food and the one that makes your sales so high and the ones that you are able to meet, the ones that are scarce, though very small, just let us know how that impacts your finances as a business.
For me, because I started with desserts and cakes, I won't say like a 50% increase in Valentine than December.
Really?
Yes. People would do that
50% increase, that's huge.
Than Christmas because of the theme. You can decide. I don't want to say a lot of people might not give certain people things for Christmas because they know, but something about love, there's just something about love that makes you want to spend money. Don't you want to spend money for your loved ones?
Oh, I did actually.
Okay, so that's a
I've not seen any of such spending anyway. I think I need to see Krumale spend money. Maybe after now we have to go find a way to spend that money.
We need to do a forensic audit to get that.
Because we need to know where those monies are going into. But again, looking at the environment as it is today, maybe you can do a comparative analysis 2 years ago, last year, this year. Are the other flowing the same way?
Yes. No. About 2 years ago, it was less than what it is now. There's a bit of study that I did that this year, 80% of people are spending more on food and maybe perfumes. And people are spending more now than they did about 2 years ago. Even though there's inflation and everything is going, I can't explain it. I'm not an economics, so I can't even say why. As much as people are saying, oh, the economy is bad. December, there was a huge turnover for us as business people, and even Valentine's. Yeah, about 80% of people are spending more compared to. I'm not an analyst, like you guys, so I might not be able to give you the exact figures, but yes, people are spending a lot.
Now, when you were talking about the gifts items that are demanded for at this season, you mentioned flowers. As a typical Nigerian person or a Nigerian woman, one would have flowers. Where did we get that from? Is this an acquired taste that has opened up a big business for people?
Yes, I think it is. I think it's an acquired taste. Nigerians, we tend to jump on the wagon, I don't want to call it bandwagon, and then we just embrace it as our own and probably even surpass the people that brought, now. So the bouquets are going 100 roses, 50, yes, like.
What's the range in the cost of this?
From like 40K upwards.
For a bouquet
fresh
of flower.
roses, yes.
Fresh roses.
Fresh roses.
That the recipient or the receiver later on can keep and
yes, of course, you put it in a vase, they give you a bit of a treatment, yes. Certain liquids, you put it. I don't think it stays for more like a week.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
and
think maybe
the
a week or
40K
two.
goes like that.
My sister.
Please don't bring me flowers. Bring me something else. I ask that because it used to be a Western thing or a foreign thing when you watch movies and then you see a man who wants to propose to a woman, brings flowers, and she's like, oh, that's sweet. But these days you see it on social media and it's becoming a norm. So what role has social media played in the business of Valentine's Day?
As in, you cannot take that out. I think that's the biggest influencer, social media, because like in food, they say you feast with your eyes first. The more you look at it, it's appealing, you want it. Social media is I would say now, the blood for a lot of businesses, because one person just has to say something. Even if you didn't like it, you think about it, you go to it. With TikTok ads, sponsored ads, influencers like them, Chef T and stuff, any little thing they do, people want to, and they're reaching hundreds and thousands of people. So I do believe that social media has driven a cultural, let's say, shift to things that we probably didn't know before, like, criticized, and now they've suddenly become very comfortable with it. So I'll say social media has done a lot of it.
Okay, so one question I want to ask is this. Though you're a chef, you cook good food and all of that, sometimes when you are preparing to serve people for Valentine, they usually ask, or sometimes it's it's the business initiative where you saying, okay, we have packages,
yes,
and categories. Could you talk to more about that?
Oh, yes.
And equally the prices too.
Yes. Okay, so we do, people want, how will I say, they want the whole package. Some people just say, I don't want just the cake, I want wine, I want this. So we come, from my own business, we have from the ranges of 80,000 up to 300K.
So as small as the 80,000 packages, what do you have in it?
So we might have a little cake, probably a bento cake or a 6-inch cake, jollof rice, fried rice, chicken, bottle of wine, chocolate, and maybe 1 or 2 fruits.
That's like 16
items, but in the quantity, yes.
Yes, the quantity
probably
varies.
about 1.5 to 2 liters, just a little for someone to just have, tied in a beautiful basket and bowl with a card, if that's what you want. Or we can have a tray as huge as, I don't want to say half of this table, that has a spread that can feed about 4 to 5 people. Because obviously, maybe if you're dating a girl that is in uni, you know that our roommates are all going to come. So you have, chicken, you have fish, chips, wine, perfume, flowers, balloons, just whatever it is your mind can think of that I want. You can say she has 15 things that she likes. I want everything on that tray. As long as you're willing to spend money, I'll service you.
I want to ask, this the scale is not balanced when it comes to those who are shopping or spending money to buy gifts. You said that for your own business, you have more male customers. Where are the women in this? Is it about the kind of products that you offer? That's why you have more male customers. Is it that more men would not really appreciate pastry and food and all that? So where do you think the business goes to for females who wants to wow their male partners?
Okay, so women, we're mostly receivers, actually. We're receivers.
On the line, receivers.
We're receivers, naturally and otherwise.
Okay.
But for the other counterpart, for the male gender, maybe if I was doing things like maybe perfumes, shirts, shoes, you guys value your belts. If I was in those kind of items, yes. Because half the time when they order food for the babe, they are going to eat it together. But then when to buy, yes, they are going to eat it together.
So it's not exactly a gift, but
anyway. But then for the guys, you're going for their t-shirts, and which is really expensive. I'm not into that business. Your cufflinks, your wristwatches, so it's a bit high end. They're a bit high maintenance. They don't realize it. Yes, men are high maintenance. Your shoes, your belt. So people in that line of business would say they have more male customers. They have more female customers giving to men. But I'm not really, barely do I get a girl saying, please, I want to do cake for my man. Or no, I don't get much of those customers. But if I was probably doing your perfume, wristwatch, shoes, man bags, belts, hair, I would say I have more.
So don't blame us. The economy is the reason we can't go to those.
But talking about this economy, and I'm going back to the question that Blessing asked earlier. This craze for flowers.
Yes.
The global flower market is about $31 billion.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And Nigeria spends between 2.4 to $3 million importing flowers from Singapore, China, Netherlands, and Kenya. Do you think that our people are taking advantage of the business opportunity that Valentine and flower business is opening up for us?
I mean, we have horticulturists here.
Well, if were you, wouldn't you want a chunk of that market? It's business. Business is business. It doesn't matter. Unfortunately, if you're the one spending the money, you might be uncomfortable with it, yes. But if I do see that opportunity, I don't deal with flowers. I buy from the people bringing it in. I just add it to, the bouquet. To the package if you want it. But it's a thriving business by itself. We have.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is there sufficient investment locally on the flower business?
I might not be able
it's a huge market.
I might not be able to answer that question properly because I don't have that statistics. But I don't know if there are people planting a lot of flowers here, and I don't know if they can meet the demand of. And it's not a business. I don't think it's a business I want to invest so much in because it's just for a very short period of time, just a day. Today is probably the day.
Are you sure it's about Valentine alone? Because even if we look at it in other areas, apologies that I have to bring this in, but it's just to buttress a point. When we talk about acquired taste, there are certain kinds of culture now that we are now imbibing. So when you talk about people who have lost loved ones, relaying on a funeral site of loved ones is also becoming a thing, and they also need flowers for that. So it seems like the floral industry is growing much in Nigeria.
Well, I'm not an authority in that department. I believe it is for occasions, but on a day like this, like Valentine's, you would see a huge turnover, especially you want red roses, pink roses. Yes, for wreaths, for burials, obviously. For weddings, you're going to have your bouquet. Yes, but today...
For proposals, the oil thing, you have flowers on the ground.
But a lot of times, people won't do fresh flowers on the ground.
Okay.
They will do the artificial ones. It's quite expensive, really, for you to have this whole place filled with fresh roses. So I think the business of artificial flowers might be doing a bit more than that of fresh flowers for this season. So we're talking more of fresh flowers. I don't have the statistics that you want.
So recently, between December and now, we had a food inflation of 36, 34%. Even though the government said its ambition is to bring it down to 15%. How has that impacted your food business? And since you're even talking about 50% increase in this time of Valentine.
First of all, it has affected my own profit margin because in order to kind of stay afloat, you have to also meet them midway. Probably reduce your profit margin a bit so you don't lose all your customers. But I've also had to increase my prices. And yes, one or two customers have dropped off, like, I can't afford this anymore. And they look for maybe cheaper vendors, maybe because of my own personal business on how much I have to keep making. But it has affected us, probably adversely, but we're creative. If I can't do this, I find an alternative. Like I deal with a lot of whipping creams. And I think I used to buy it at 6,000 naira, and I'm buying at 15K now. Yes.
Can some of these ingredients that you make use of be homemade? Is it that because a lot of them are imported, that's why it's very expensive? Can we have some of them homemade?
Yes and no. I can't make whipped cream here. You need fresh milk or you need heavy cream. Most of the things I use as a dessert, they're imported. My chocolates are imported.
But we have cocoa here, so
yes,
and we have cattle and cows.
Yes, for the milk.
Yeah.
So how come it's
funny enough, I entered into a store. I needed to buy chocolate, and there's a Nigerian produced chocolate that was way more expensive than an imported one. I'll have done the Nigerian one. It's produced here. I don't know, cost of production, energy, everything drives up that price. So I had to go for the imported one. I was saying, see, this is imported, this is Nigerian, and I can't even afford the Nigerian made one. So most of the things I use are imported, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I think that's one area because people talk about Nigeria, there's poverty, and then of course there's a whole lot of opportunity. Denmark is a very small country, and Denmark sells on cheese alone over $40 billion. shipping to the American market and to Asia. And this is just a byproduct from cow.
From cow.
Yeah.
And we have
soured milk.
Yeah.
So you find that there are a whole lot of opportunity, but here we are still having that conversation whether we should have ranches where we can feed cows properly.
There's
a huge business in dairies that has not been exploited. And I think these are part of the challenge, because even the dairies we are still using for milk, we still import a lot
most
of it.
Yes.
Yeah, and this is the opportunities. Also saying to Nigerians out there that there are opportunities where we can make money here in Nigeria, especially this period. A whole lot of things are around Valentine, whether it's Valentine, whether it's marriage, whether it's burial. There's a whole lot of celebration that is happening around in our environment, and there's a need for us to see how we invest in this area. It can create jobs for us, and then we don't need to move money out of the environment, as it were.
Yes.
Well, while we're talking off air, you said that you are a self-taught chef.
Yes.
How did that happen? See the big business you created for yourself, being self-taught, and now you're professional. So can you take us through the process?
Okay, so growing up as a firstborn and an only girl, you have to cook. And my mom was a chef, even though I never met her as that. But there were books always lying around the house, so I would just read up on it. I lost my mom when I was 12, so I had to be responsible for my siblings. Thank you, it's fine. So it made me creative in the kitchen. I remember when my neighbors would say, every time they see a Danish butter cookie tin, they just know that I've probably baked with it. So I was, I just kept mixing like that, just going back and forth. Then when I got married and I wasn't working, I had young kids, I started baking somehow. And I remember the first person that gave me an opportunity to sell a cake to her, I think Auntie Adesuwa in Ikwe, she was like, oh, I've tasted your cake. Can you decorate it for me? And I'd never done that before. I was petrified. I think I spent 4 hours decorating a 10-inch cake because I kept making mistakes, and she paid me for me. I think that was the first cake I got paid for. And from then, I got confidence to keep pushing, keep taking menus. I'll read it. Then I had a lot of neighbors that I used as guinea pigs. If you are my neighbor, you'll have eaten maybe bread that the head is like this.
I wish I was your neighbor.
And I would just keep doing that, And then someone was like, then if you come to my house, I'll make cake for you or something sharp. And like, don't you think you can sell this? I'm like, who is going to buy this thing that we're doing in the house? And then people started encouraging. 5K here, 10K here. I bought my first cake pan, very small thing like that. And then somebody said, okay, let me give you money. Go and buy more cake stuff. And I think 50K, maybe in 2007 or 8. And that's how I just started. From then, I have this staff, invaluable. It's good to have good staff. And I said, someone wants a fondant cake. He said in Yoruba, can you knead? I said, yes. I said, I have a recipe. She's not educated, but if you can knead it, I can teach you. So we sat down there and we started kneading, and like that, wedding cakes, then go to Food Network, watching, and somehow I started making wedding cakes. I started doing bread. I can't even explain how, with God's help, the business started thriving. Then I got my first job to manage a kitchen, a professional. I'm like, I don't think I can do it. Like, oh, it's inside, you can do it. And like that, wedding cakes, like 4 a month, 4 tiers, 5 tiers. I kept learning. It was important that I kept reading. Because when you have kids and you can't really leave them, you just have to find a way around it. And at some point I cooked on TVC, did on cooking show, and I thank God for where we are and where we're going.
Your story is very inspirational. So for you who's saying, I don't have a job, I've been carrying my files about, perhaps you need to look inward and ask
I can
yourself,
teach you.
Oh, she can also teach. What is that skill? What is that thing that comes natural to you? Perhaps it's time to turn it into a business. Pray.
Yes, that's it for me. You said something very, very specific, and you said you can do is that it's inside.
Yes.
And you tapped in from what you had inside.
All you need is within.
What is within, and you saw the possibilities on outside to make a change. And today is Valentine's Day. I am more interested in that 50% growth that your business experienced
because from December
to Valentine just in 3 months. I think that's a good one.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think now you're giving an idea out to our viewers out there that there's a very simple way to go through some things. I think I will do my homemade cake today.
No, but I can teach you. You know, so what I have is I made a lot of mistakes. And I've learned. So
yes, I can use it as a PP.
Oh, seriously.
So don't do those mistakes. You can come. I teach. I do private tutoring.
Okay.
And I also do that. And to be creative with food, anything. Then I've also started cooking. On the show, Street Food Nigeria Season 5, they dubbed Queen of Afrofusion, being able to mix what we have here with continental meals and just.
Okay, before we let you go, there are some persons who have been thinking, oh, that lady, this is my wife. Do I take her out on a date for Valentine's Day? You know, they are significant order. For guys who would want to just maybe order food and they're thinking, what can I buy? What can I do? Is it cake? Do you have gifts ideas for people on this day?
Yes. I think it's important that you know what your spouse likes. So it helps you curate gift. So if she's not a flower lover, don't give her flowers. Or if she's allergic, you could do perfume, lingerie, you know, that's jewelries. You can even buy bone straight hair. If your budget can take it. If you want to take her out, if she's been cooking all day, all year, please spend the money, take her out. Don't be stingy. We don't do stingy boyfriend association. So please take her out, you know, just to show that you really appreciate them. And then I like being intentional. What has she been dropping hints around the house? It might be that air fryer. You know, get it, package it.
To make her work in the kitchen
easy. To make it easier.
Mm.
If you notice that she has love for baking, get her a mixer. It's not that, you know, can get Bucci mix, get this one, get that
please,
one.
you need to drop the money for those brands. Okay, but please, before we talk about the money.
Or buy her a phone.
Okay, so it's to be as if we're biased. We have men here. There's one to my left. There's another to my right. So about the men, what can the ladies do? You know, they've been complaining that all we know how to buy is boxers and singlets. But like you said, they're high maintenance. It's not really our fault.
They're not cheap.
Okay, it's not really our fault. But what can we still do for them?
Okay, so you can take them on a spa date.
That's still expensive. Auntie, calm down.
You can take them on a spa date. Or you can learn how to do it for them. You know, just bros, lie down, don't do anything today.
And today happens to be Friday.
So you know, Valentine is going to be long because it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So let's not say just. You know, you could take them on a spa date, as I said. It's not too expensive. Let him go and do his pedicure, facials. Let him have a new haircut, you know. A good body massage because they work hard. So they also need to relax. Do his nails.
She's talking like a Nigerian woman. You know, when it comes to love, Nigerians don't leave any stone unturned. They go all out. Where people were very, very expressive. And that's why Valentine's Day business thrives a lot in Nigeria. Even in some, more than it does in some other places. Because when it comes to celebrations, the Christmas, is a Salah, we just go all out. We know how to have fun, how to enjoy ourselves. I just want to ask, Doc, would you mind going to the spa?
Well, why not?
Okay. I don't know what to ask. What would you like as a gift?
Well,
what I want to give, I'm just asking for those who be interested.
My producer have me working tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking about.
Oh, so that's a gift.
That's
the kind of gift you like? That's the kind of gift you
no
like?
spa.
No,
I'm working today.
After work today,
I'm working tomorrow.
Probably 2 hours. A 2 hour session.
In 2 hours.
2 hours session.
I will sleep off and I'll be
It's
late for my
smiling already.
assignment.
Or you need a new wristwatch.
Okay.
Or new tie, perfume. Are you a perfume lover?
Yes.
Yeah, so we could do a fragrance set, body spray, perfume, something nice, amouage. You know, I'm a perfume lover, so
Okay,
Great.
all right.
something nice.
Thank you so much, Oluwatosin Obafunke Olahidi, who is the founder, CEO of Deversatili, right?
Deversatili means versatile.
Okay,
It's
Deversatile.
a French word for versatility.
I never liked French in school, so it just showed up now. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful conversation with you.